Start feet first, hands and knees, and then belly. Wriggle. Press back with the base of your palm. Slide. Until the edges close around you and you are looking out at everything. Everything framed by rock, black behind and around, and a proscenium edge where all the daylight can be seen but not felt, and all the sounds from outside are muted by miles and miles of dark. This is a forgotten place. Not a non-place, but a forgotten place. A place you knew, and then for a while you didn't know. And now you're here and you remember. It is safe. Cool. Fine black dirt on the floor, almost dust. Flakes and notes of the stillness surround you. Dirt not suitable for growing, but to lie on, to press one's fingers into, to slide one's face across. Exquisite. So soft, but speaking long paragraphs of how hard it is beneath. Beneath the dust dirt is the mountain, and above, and around. You are in a cave. There is a mountain around you. You are warm flesh, pressed putty-like into a crack in the world. There was a hole in this mountain, and you filled it with your body. You are forgotten. By everything the light touches, by the mountain. She remembers you and holds you. Tight just like a squeeze, holds you in a way that lets you know it could be so much tighter. She could crush you, but she does not. She holds you so that breathing is a thing. Not dangerously so, but so that each in and out is really there. And the spaces between the in and outs are also there too. You could stop at the top of an in or the bottom of an out and be perfect. You could just stop. Be forgotten by everything the light touches. Leave the cave reluctantly, because you know you have to, or should, at some point, before boredom sets in, even if there is no other reason aside from, I can't just stay in a cave all day. Press your arms above your head and press down into the fine dirt. Pull your arms towards your chest, and in doing so, pull the world towards you. Smell something other than earth and rock, and for a moment, feel relieved. This is air for breathing, free air that didn't fall decades through stone and stone to get to you. This air has everything in it. That air was only her. Immediately you breathe faster, not because you're excited or because pulling yourself halfway out of a cave was hard work, but because there's so much around you that is living, and there is a high-pitched whine that can only be everything saying everything all at once, and it's so much, so often, too much. In the cave there is only in and out, and the long, long pause in between that isn't holding. It's pause, and then in, or pause, and then out. And that's a decision you both make. Pull once more, and then hands and knees, and then just knees. Brush your hands off on your shirt, brush your shirt off onto your knees. The fine black dirt has fit itself between the swirls of your fingerprints and the lines in your palms. My hands tell a dirty future. Look back over your shoulder at the cave as you think that. That was a joke for her, the mountain, about where you just were, about the strange thing you just did together, facing out towards the world with your back to a mountain, and then lying down on your stomach and wriggling feet first into a small cave, and then just laying there and breathing while the mountain stayed standing still all around you, just as she always had. A joke for a mountain implying that what you had done together had made you feel good enough to joke. Joking because you need to laugh for multiple competing reasons. Laughter puts a space between you and the cave you just crawled out of. Cough and feel dirt on your tongue. Tasteless but present in texture, you've backed yourself in even further this time, folding your feet into a ballerina point under the sloping ceiling of the cave. Even with fingers reaching, you are still in the cave. Play with echo sounds that you know won't echo because this cave is barely as big as you are. Somebody jengaed a U-shaped block of rock from the mountain, and now here you are. Press your back against the roof and imagine you are holding up miles of mountain. Drop your weight with a sigh because you don't have to hold up miles of mountain, and also just plain can't hold up miles of mountain, so just stop. Feel the changing of the present tense. Angle yourself so that pressing yourself into the walls around you leaves indents on your skin. This is how you make room for a mountain in your life. Run your hands through the dirt until a small pile obscures the entrance. Dim the light outside. This is the sound of the setting sun. Say her name once and know it was a sin. The cave responds by being perfectly shaped and perfectly hidden. Despite it all, there we are. Breathe in more dirt on purpose. In boredom. Blink dust into your downturned eye. No. Try to touch as much of the edges of the space as you can. Don't worry that there are sharp edges that will scratch you, or hard bits that won't budge. Endeavor to be touching and touch everything around you. In grief. The marks she leaves on your skin say, hopefully, someday, soon. Fat on the bottom and rumbling, rolling, slipping forward, a slow pace, quickened by the sheer fact that you're huge. This is fast when you're this big. Like a plow you unearth to make way. From underneath you cleave the earth and splinter, pressing aside and leaving trenched debris behind you. I am coming for you. Grind your rock face into her rock face, force your huge self on her. The sound is horrendous. Scraping, crumbling roar like God's death. This is the end of geography. This is the definition of against. This is shudder pressure. I avalanche you. Open your eyes. In the cave you could be soft because the mountain was so hard and so big and so ancient. Now you're out of the cave and you stand beside the mountain and everything is lined up one after another, everybody and everything. And you are one of those everybody's and you have to be your own everything. And you stand alone next to the stones and the blade of grass and the lichen and the horsefly and the mountain with her cave. You have to stand next to all the things, along with all the things, now that you're not in the cave. I have edges that are mine alone. Walk away humming. Feel your back as if it's being looked at. Swing your feet forward and land heel first as you move down the gentle hill filled with stones and grass and lichen. Feel the sun has set lower and know you will be home before dark. Worry that once home, there will still be an hour or so left before the light dims. An hour where you will have to sit in your room and try to do something other than watch television, and know that you will fail. And for that hour, before the light dims, with the television hard to see through the glare of the sun, you will feel as lonely as anyone has ever felt. On a day you had filled well enough up to this point. You walked into the woods where you found a small cave that you wriggled your body into and lay breathing for what felt like a long time, perhaps no more than 10 minutes. But in that 10 minutes, you were held and you were safe, and you weren't just one thing next to another thing and then another thing besides that. You breathed with a mountain and filled a crack in the world that had lain open forever. You wash your hands, but stop before really scrubbing them clean. I have a dirty future, you say out loud.